Welcome to the replay. What's going on with everybody? My name is Curtis Florence. You can call me Kurt. Call me anything you want. As long as you're here listening, I appreciate you taking the time out to hang with me. Thank you for checking out the replay. Today is day 57 of my 90-day challenge through the Global Shift movement. And so I just wanted to get on and scope and see how everybody's doing. Check out your vibrational energies. See how everybody's handling their day. You gotta have your energy up. You gotta be on high vibration, because if you want things out of life, your energy has to match. You know what I mean? Your energy has to be in sync with what you want in life. And I know what I want in life. You know what I mean? I know what I want. I know exactly what I want. I'm all the way woke. You know what I mean? And, there's a global shift that's going on, and that's why I'm part of the Global Shift movement. So thank you for joining, and please share this with any of your followers and friends, hook me up with some hearts if you can. I appreciate it. But anyway, nowadays, it's a global shift that's happening all over the world, and you have to start gradually waking yourself up so that you can get out of this media-driven, brainwashed society, because nothing can manifest good in your life if you just conform to what's going on in the world. And so that's mainly what this 90-day process, this 90-day challenge is all about. So if you want to better your life, you have to do so in stages. You have to do it little by little every day. And you do that, by enlightening yourself with reading, educating yourself with self-development, self-mastery. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube where you can either learn something of self-mastery or you can help yourself get motivated. There's like thousands of motivational videos. So if you want more out of life, you got to start enlightening yourself. And one of the main things that I focus on is changing your perspective, because people don't seem to realize that that is a huge part of getting what you want out of life. You can see the same thing somebody else is seeing and see it from a different angle and understand that there's a good part to it that's going to benefit you. If you can see that, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining. Share this with your friends. My name is Curtis Florence. You can call me Kurt. Most of my friends call me Kurt, so thank you for tuning in. But, here's the deal. It's all about getting into a high vibration. People don't understand that. You know what I mean? You have to be in tune with what you want in this universe. And vibrational energy is everywhere. If you break your body down, it's going to be broken down all the way into the same molecular structure as other things in the world, like trees and rocks. They all look the same when you break them down to the finest particles. We all have those atoms and molecules in us, so we're all one energy, but we just manifest physically in a different way. That's it. And so, just keeping it 100 with y'all, you know what I mean? You got to step your vibrational energy up. You know what I mean? You got to get your energy up. You got to step your game up. You got to, strive for what you want. You got to focus on what you want and know what you want. You know what I mean? You have to identify what you want, what's going to make you happy in life, and then you go after it. You focus on it, you go after it, and you get determined enough to where you won't stop. You get determined enough to where you'll be persistent, you'll be consistent. You know what I mean? And all of that leads to confidence and belief. When you get your confidence up, it'll help keep you on the same path, so you won't want to give up. And once you get your confidence up, you'll believe in yourself more. You'll believe in your goals more. You'll believe in your future more. Because nowadays what we do is we live in the past a lot of times, and the past, it's just that, it's the past. It's already past us. We can't focus on that. We got to focus on what's ahead and what's right now. You live in this moment and you take advantage of the moment so that your future will be better. See, most of the times, the reason why we don't get the things that we want out of life is because we don't take advantage of the moment that we're in. In this very moment, I could have said, no, I don't want to get on live, and I don't want to talk to people. I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what they're going to think. I don't know what they're going to do. But you have to seize the moment. You know what I mean? You have to seize the moment and do it anyway. You have to step out on a limb. You have to take a risk. That's what life is all about. You got to take a risk. Because if you don't, you'll never know what could have been. It's always going to be a shoulda, coulda, woulda life. And I refuse to be like that. I'm not having a shoulda, coulda, woulda. I want to know now what it can be if I step my game up right now. You know what I mean? So, everybody just remember that. Your energy is important. Your vibration is important. Everybody is vibrating at a certain frequency, depending on where your mind is at, depending on where your head is at, depending on where your attitude is at. So you have to remember that. You vibrate at a high energy if you are successful. And when you're vibrating at a low energy, typically you fail a lot more. Because lower energy means that you're not going to try as hard. You're not going to try as hard. Just period. It means that you're going to always tell yourself some excuse as to why you shouldn't do what you should do. There's no reason to do that. I'm tired. There's no reason to do that. I got a bad back. There's no reason to do that. I got a headache. I mean, it's plain and simple. So, don't ever stop yourself. When you push that forward button, when you push the go button, you're giving yourself permission to be in a high vibration. And that high vibration is going to bring you better results. I guarantee you that. I can't even say it might. I can't even say it should. I guarantee you it will bring you the results that you want. Because everything that you want is in a higher vibration than you are. So in order for you to get it, you got to raise yourself up. Period. You know what I mean? You got to raise yourself up. And, shout out to the Global Shift Movement. Shout out to Benny Esco. I just saw him live on YouTube. He's the founder of the Global Shift Movement, and he had a good interview on in a YouTube live, and I want to give a shout out to him, all the Global Shift family. And again, thank you for catching us on the replay. Please share this with your friends and your followers. But here it is. I mean, every day you have to be in a constant state of betterment. And that's till the day that you die. That's not just for 30 days or 90 days or for a year just to get yourself to a certain plateau. Life is about consistent betterment. Boom, every day, boom, every day, boom, every day, boom. You know what I mean? When you're constantly in a state of betterment, you're always going to get better results. There is no limit to how high you can go with self-discipline, self-mastery, self-motivation. There's no limit to how high you can go. It's all up to you to keep going. That's the thing. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot in life, and the things that I've been through made me feel like for the longest time that, I wasn't worthy, that I just would never be able to get anywhere. I could only get to a certain level in life, and that was just it. That's it for me. You know, what you see is what you get, so don't even try to push further. And I had to teach myself through reading, through educating myself, through listening to self-mastery speeches and things like that, that have taken me to the higher levels. So I'm telling you now, man, you know, you got to, and what, let me just mention this, because one way that you get to a higher vibration, one way that you better yourself, one way that you bring good things into your life is by bringing good things into other people's lives, by being there for someone else. And it's not necessarily about money. That's probably the least way you can help somebody. But, you know, when you see people who are homeless on the street, talk to them. You know what I mean? Don't treat them like they're less than you, because they're not. You're one paycheck away from being where they at, probably. In this society, I can say that, because people that's making more money than me is one paycheck away from being homeless. You mess around and miss one good paycheck, it's over. And that's the society we live in. And so, you know, you have to try to bring some good to someone else in order to have good come into your life. You know what I mean? It's a continuous funnel. You know what I mean? What you put out comes back to you. What you put out circles around and comes back to you. But the magic of it is that it's magnified when it comes back to you. You know what I mean? When you smile at somebody, it's magnified when it comes back to you. When you hug somebody, it's magnified when it comes back to you. When you give of your free time, it's magnified when it comes back to you. When you give from your personal belongings, it's magnified when it comes back to you. And you have to understand that there is so much that the universe wants to do to give you more of an abundant life. You know what I mean? And I believe in God. Some of you don't, but that's up to you. But whatever you believe in, God, the universe, if you believe that your good luck comes from trees, that's up to you. Whatever you believe it comes from, but it's a factual law of the universe that what you put out comes back to you magnified. So that's why I refuse to put out negativity in this world. I refuse. You're never going to see that from me. I'm always, open to speak to someone. I'm always open to listen to someone. I'm always open to help someone. You know what I mean? And of course, you have to be mindful of your own well-being, you know what I mean? But the more you start to open yourself up to doing more for others, the more you're going to get done for you. That's the universal law. It's a law of reaping and sowing. You know what I mean? You sow these seeds, you get these benefits, these flowers, these plants, whatever it is. Whatever seeds you sow, that's what you're going to get, but you're going to get it in more of an abundance. It's just plain and simple. So step up your energy game. I'm telling you, step up your vibration. Get yourself in alignment with what you want to be. You know what I mean? If you want to be a top chef, then start doing things a top chef would do. Start thinking the way a top chef would do. You know what I mean? If you want to be a CEO, start thinking like a CEO. Because everything that you want starts from within. It starts from within and works its way without and expands. It expands. So you are a manifestation of a within that is now without. And you're ever expanding. So remember that. What you want starts from within and works its way without. So whatever's in your heart, whatever's in your spirit, whatever's in your mind, that stuff is going to manifest. So if you got a lot of evil, a lot of hatred, a lot of anger, a lot of jealousy, it's not going to benefit you because it's going to manifest physically and it's going to push everything away from you. It's plain and simple. If you can remember that rule, that whatever you want is what you should express to others, meaning you should exude that. You know what I mean? If you want more forgiveness, you have to exude forgiveness. People have to know that you're giving out what you want to get back, because you can't get it unless you're giving it. That's just the law of the universe. You can't always expect someone to forgive something that you've done wrong if you're never forgiving. And if you are forgiving and you still haven't gotten the forgiveness that you want, keep working on it. It'll happen. But don't get sidetracked. Don't get deterred, and don't say, well, I forgive everybody, but no one ever forgives me. You're focused too much on it. You're paying too much attention to what others are not doing. You can't do that. You have to go on about your business. See, when you go on about your business, that's when whatever you want starts to happen. Period. When you take your focus off of what's not happening, that's when it will happen. So it's just like if you say, okay, I want you to show me how to do that trick right now. That magic trick you did. How did you make that such and such thing disappear? Show it to me right now. Show it to me. You're going to get more resistance. No, I can't show it to you. It's a magic trick. I can't show it to you. But once you take your focus off of it, you start thinking about something else. You start focusing on something else. You start working on something else. Guarantee you, some way or another, you're going to figure that thing out. You're like, oh, so that's how the trick was done. I wasn't even thinking about it, and now I know. It just happened to manifest itself to me in some way, shape, or form. So you cannot pray to God and say, okay, I need to see this happen. How's it going to happen? This doesn't make sense to me, God. I need a good job, but I don't know how you're going to make it happen, and I need to know how. No, you don't. You don't need to know anything. That's none of your business. When you ask for something, just ask for it. And then mind your business about how it's going to happen. Mind your business. It does not matter how it's going to happen. You ask, and then you believe that it's going to happen. Belief is powerful. Whatever you believe is what's in your heart. And what's within you is what manifests in the universe. So, if you want it, you got to believe it first. Don't worry about how. The how's none of your business. So just mind your business about how it's going to happen. And wait for it. Ask for it, believe in it, wait for it. That's another thing people have a tough time with is patience. You can't just, patience is a delicate thing, I'm telling you. You can't just say, well, I don't have the patience to wait. You know what I mean? Because see, that's the first stage of no patience. Just being outright saying, I can't wait. I just can't wait. I can't wait. The second, thank you for joining. The second level of lack of patience is when you say, okay, I believe in patience, but I'm going to give it a certain period of time. And then if it don't happen, then I'll know for sure that I wasted my time. And then I'll know I should never be patient again. And that's never going to work for you. You cannot put a time frame, a time period on what you want. You just have to know what you want, period. You can't put a time frame on it. Thank you all for listening. I'm on a little bit of a rant, but these are the things that are really important to me, and I just want to talk about how they affect us every day. If you really want the best patience, real patience, that's when you ask for something and you believe in that thing, the results of that thing. You believe in the outcome, and then you take your focus away from it. You go on about your business. You hear me? Go on about your business. Ask, believe, then go on about your business. And then I guarantee you, you're going to start to see more things happen. You can't put a time frame on it. It don't matter if it happens today, tomorrow, or next year, or in 5 years. But if you believe in it, know that it's going to happen. It's going to happen at the time that's best for you. You think. See, a lot of times you may say, well, now's the best time. I need it now. I need money now. No, not necessarily. And if it is the best time, it's going to be given to you now. It may be that you're not disciplined enough to get that thing right now. You know, you may say, I need a new car. But if you're not disciplined enough, then it's not going to come into your life at that moment. It's going to come in when you've gotten better at discipline, when you're going to be more responsible with it, when you're going to be able to share it with others and not just flaunt it because you got it. You know what I mean? You don't know when that is. Only God knows when that perfect time is. That's going to make you get the best use out of it. Make the best decisions with it. So, you know, patience is a real virtue. Remember that. Whatever you want, ask for it, believe in it, and be patient and wait for it. Don't give it a time frame. Who cares about a time frame? When you know it's going to happen, you don't care about a time frame. You just know it's going to happen. I really don't care when it happens. I just know it's going to happen. So if I ask God right now to send me, you know, if I say to God, I want to have another child in my lifetime, then I can't say it needs to happen in a year. It needs to happen in 5 years. Oh, no, I need you to have it happen within 6 months. You'll never get it. Whatever you want, you'll never get it. Because you don't understand the laws of the universe. The universe works to make things the best possible way for your life's outcomes. That's period. Point blank, period. So understand that when you ask for something, just ask for it, believe that it's going to happen, and mind your business. Mind your business. I don't care how it happens. I know the things that I pray for every day. I pray for a lot of stuff. And I believe in it. And I don't care when it happens. Period.